My name is Daud Mustafa, and today I'm going to be addressing a problem that's been living under our nose since 1870. Homelessness is a problem that represents the Americans living in poverty. Homelessness is an ongoing problem in America, and it should be the duty of the American people to help the less unfortunate living among us. Homelessness impacts all of us, whether we experience it or not. Homelessness is a massive ongoing problem in America, with an estimated of 500,000 people in America experiencing homelessness on any given night, according to the most recent point in time estimated in 2017. Homelessness is an issue that's overlooked and not much talked about. It's an issue that's been going on for a really, really long time, and it's not something that happened a couple of years ago. According to the National Biotechnological Information, after declining briefly after the Civil War, homelessness first became a national issue in the 1870s. It was a lack of job opportunities that caused the homelessness in the 1870s. Now, as of January 2020, Illinois had an estimate of 10,431 people experiencing homelessness on any given day, as reported by the Continuous Care of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. So, if you're wondering to yourself, oh, homelessness doesn't affect me, it's not my problem, I don't need to do anything about it, you are wrong. Homelessness affects the American taxpayers. Homelessness affects us because it costs American taxpayers. According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, in an article published in February 2017, a chronically homeless person costs the taxpayers an average of $35,578 per year. Much of this money goes towards publicly funded crisis services, as including jails, hospitalizations, and emergency departments. This is the cost of having people living on the streets. This is a chart by the United States Interagency Council on Homelessness that shows the number of people experiencing homelessness in the United States throughout each state. If you still think homelessness doesn't affect you, you are wrong. My money, your money, all of our money, the hard-earned money we give on taxes is used for these resources. Homelessness is a significant problem, and each year billions of American tax dollars are used on these resources. This is the cost for the taxpayers of America to ignore the most significant problem living among us. I would like to quote former President John F. Kennedy, who once said in his inaugural address before he took over office, "Ask not what the country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country." I would ask myself the same question as you should too. Being the citizen of the United States, the taxpayers of America, it should be our duty to protect the less fortunate living among us and trying to help out. If we don't help out our local homeless community in Chicago, this problem that's been going on in America for more than a decade and a half, over 150-year-old in this country, will never come to an end. I request President Kennedy to help me implement my solution and ask the people of this nation once again. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but together what we can do for the freedom of the men. I believe President Kennedy can help me implement my solution because of his legacy of community-based care. He believed that if a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. And the homeless community is in need of our help more than ever before. My solution to homelessness is that we should all get involved and do our parts as the citizens to help out the homeless. We can start by changing our view on how we view these people that are out on the streets and understand that they've hit rock bottom to end up in a situation like this. You can volunteer at your local homeless shelters to get involved and help out, trying to connect with these struggling individuals, giving them an opportunity to grow and better themselves, to get themselves out of that situations and get their life back on track. By connecting with these individuals, you can offer them the third need in Maslow's hierarchy of need: love and belonging. Homelessness is hitting rock bottom for most people. And when you've hit rock bottom, there isn't a place to go but up. Imagine the impact you can have on a person's life by motivating them to get themselves into a better positions. A way to get involved is to get a way to connect with the individual is to get involved in your local church where they have soup kitchens and where they offer warm meals for the people in need. I encourage you all to get out there with your kids and volunteers in soup kitchens and get involved in giving back. These places are always looking for volunteers to help out. This can also be a great opportunity for you and your family to have a fun time together while helping the less fortunate among us. Volunteering is a big aspect of connecting with the individuals. You can also donate to your local homeless shelters, donate old clothes, especially socks, toiletries, and just making time and effort into doing our part in helping others. It's our responsibility because we live in the same country and homeless people are humans just like you and me who are struggling. I feel like it's our responsibility to help out the less fortunate among us because if I was in that position, I'd want the same if I was in that position. Homelessness isn't a choice for these individuals and is their last resort. Imagine imagine the struggles they have to go through in their life. Imagine what it's like to sleep outside and not inside. Imagine what it's like to not have a roof over your head and you don't know where you will get your next meal from. Imagine what life would be like. We're losing our valuable resources of our people by not trying to provide them with a decent life to propel them into achievement and success. Homeless people are humans just like you and me, and if we all give them an opportunity, a sense of hope to get their life back on track, it can change many individuals' life. Imagine the impact you're gonna have on a person's life. Homelessness is a huge problem and it keeps getting worse and worse because people like to ignore this problem simply because many don't understand how severe this problem is. It's easy to judge a problem from far and ignore it because it doesn't affect you directly. What doesn't affect you directly affects you the most indirectly. You can change someone's life. You can be a light of hope in a you can be a light of hope for an individual struggling to find help by getting more involved in organizations and service organizations that serve the homeless community and volunteering with your kids at local soup kitchens. You will get to learn more about the struggles of the homeless people. You can sign up to volunteer at soup kitchens who are in need of volunteers. We can all start by changing our perspective on how we view the homeless population. Homelessness is a deeply intractable problem. This is a problem that's been going on for a really long time, 150 years to be exact. This is a problem that's been going on for a decade and a half, and this isn't something that's going to be solved easily. That's why we need to take this seriously and participate in the solution. I ask you to do your part as citizens and get yourself and get your family involved in being a part of this solution. What is holding you back from doing your part as American citizens and helping out the less fortunate among us? Your contribution can make a difference. This country is doing its best to help the homeless community, and now it's your turn to do your part to help as an American citizen.